Took me a minute just to get it. What I look like tryna split it. You ain't gay shit when a nigga had none, so why you tryna come around and visit? No, I don't work that way. Go ahead, move that way. I don't know why you came around here looking for a handout, but nigga, you ain't getting no money, no paper, no cash, no love. Since a nigga ain't get it as a shit. Ain't taking no shit from a nigga, no words, no calls, no text, no shit. Took 3-4 years for a nigga get this. I'ma hold it with a tight ass grip.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Freer.
And I am Chvnge Up.
He's an excellent Detroit-based producer. He's been doing a lot of work for a long time. His style is deeply nostalgic and spans a wide variety of genres. I found his work through another artist, and his style immensely shocked me. He's made 5 full-length albums, all of which are available on Spotify. How are you doing today?
Shit, I'm chilling. I'm ready to see what the weekend has because I was working this whole week and it just sucked. Just bored doing jack shit, so I'm happy it's fucking weekend.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying your recent beat releases. So what kind of headspace have you been working on recently?
Recently, I've been working on this album, Anxiety, and the headspace that is in is just like, I started out as a producer. You know, I was making beat tapes since 2017. Before that, I was making beat tapes since 2014. Just didn't put anything out until about 2017. Until I didn't really even take it serious until 2017. And then before that album Change came out, I was talking to another producer friend. I told him, like, I'm a producer, but I'm a rapper. I can rap. I have the ability to rap. What am I supposed to do? He's like, he was pretty up there at the time. I think he had like 250,000 monthly listeners. He's somebody who I listen to as an artist, you know, like I really fucked with his content. He's just like, yo, you either gotta, if you're in that point where you kind of branch off, you either have to pair up with an artist and you be their producer and you guys work through the ranks like that, or you take both roles and you produce, and you rap for yourself. I was like, I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna just do that. So then I worked on Change because I wasn't really happy with any of the projects beforehand. 'Cause I felt like I had more to give, and you know, my style changed. Obviously, my style changed from Change and the project before it. I got better, learned more shit, more techniques, all that other stuff. So once I put that out, I was like, all right, I'm taking a break. I'm chilling. This album is out. I got that shit pressed up on vinyl. Them shit sold out. A couple tracks from the album were on the radio. I was like, all right, cool. I can chill. I'm straight. I'm sitting comfy. I'm chilling. And I was like, I know when I come back, it's not a beat tape. It's a real album. The album is like me proving a point. And there's a song on there called Prove a Point, but that's what the headspace is. It's me proving a point to myself and anybody else who listens, that I can do both. And the first half of the album and the second half of the album are a little bit different. First half of the album is, you know, just me talking my shit, to be honest, like trying to display my abilities as best as possible. And then the second half is like, okay, I've done that. You've got through half of the album. You know I can do this shit. Now let me talk about some real shit, whether it's like what's going on in my life, how I'm feeling, anything that is like real personable, something that the listener can connect to. That's kind of what the second half is for. First half is kind of just like talk my shit, turn up, type shit. Second half is like, okay, sit down and just listen type shit. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
That's really cool. Are there other influences from outside of your life, or specifically from Detroit, that you pull from when you're making new beats?
From Detroit, I gotta say it's the Loopers. There's actually a post on my Instagram that I put up. Yeah, I think it was Guy. He commented, he was like, it sounded like some KNX type shit, some knowledge shit. I was like, the inspo is actually the Loopers, that his song Bigger Than Me.
Yeah.
I love that shit. The drums on that shit, the way it's just like kick, snare, kicks, like it's just hard as fuck. The beat has so much space in it, and it's all damn near just percussion and his voice and sample. Like kick and snare is simple, but the percussion kind of makes up for the lack of, you know, intricacies in the beat. And then you got the Loopers doing his Looper shit. It's just, that's a big inspo from the city for me. Obviously Jay Dilla, because I'm from Detroit. Like if you're a producer from Detroit and your inspo ain't J Dilla, something's wrong. um, Stolen drums, like that nigga's the GOAT. When I about 2019 when I started producing, that's all I was listening to is Stolen and his was it Veggie Tales or he said I can't remember what the album was called. It was like a veggie something, veggie tacos. I think that's what it was. That album was fire. Um and I would like watch that dude's interview with I think producer God. I was like, damn, all the shit that you know he talks about is like same shit I think of when it comes to like producing and shit. So he's
Mm.
most definitely a big influence and inspiration. Um, I really think that's it from the city. I mean, my homies like Bari and Mike, them niggas is really Mike really inspires me. I listen to his music and I be going to his sessions and shit. This nigga just needs a platform. Like he hasn't he's more on his photographer shit right now. He's kind of transitioning into putting out more music. And I'm just like, I need this nigga to get a platform because I told him I was like, the songs that he has now, like it just if they take off in any capacity, it's over. It's like this nigga's shit is so good. That shit gets stuck in my head every time I listen to it. Yeah, I gotta say Dilla, the Loopers, Stolen, and then of course my homies. Yeah, but my homie Michael is the fucking GOAT. Like he's a big inspiration. He's always like, bro, every time I hear you rap, I mean, it make me want to rap harder. But I'm like, every time I hear you rap, it make me want to rap harder. It's like this fucking a weird dynamic. I don't really know what to call it.
As a producer, how do you approach the storytelling and format of your album? Sort of how it relates to your emotional state in between each one.
On the producer side of things, it's like more so like just conveying in the emotion that I felt when I'm in the room. Like I want the person that listens to it to feel the same shit as much as possible that I felt when making it. I want it to have emotion. Like I'll listen to beats that are meant to be like, okay, it's obvious that the person that made this track was meant to be some sort of somber, mellow, melancholic type shit, but it's not striking me in that way for whatever reason. Maybe it's a little too shallow, it's not, maybe it's rushed, but the production isn't this or that, but like it's obvious where it's meant to sound like this, but it's not conveying that emotion. It's not striking me the way it's meant to. And that's what I try not to do. Like I just put my soul into it. I feel like if you do that, the person that listens to it feels that too. So yeah, like I can't make emotional shit, some shit that I'm trying to get emotions out of if I'm not in that headspace. Like if I'm kind of mellow, kind of sad, kind of down, I can't make some shit that I want somebody to turn up to for real because I'm not feeling that. If I'm happy as fuck and I'm on some, okay, I want to make some sad shit, I can't do that because I mean I can, but it's not gonna have that same feeling and that emotion as if I was actually feeling that because it's like it's a moment. It's and it's kind of like you're trying to create a moment that wasn't there, trying to make it seem like you were in a moment that wasn't there. So yeah, it's just all about getting that shit out and making sure it's heard.
Related to those moments, is there a particular series of moments that normally hits you, like inspires you to create a particular beat?
Half the time, I just be like, all right, fucking make a beat, and then I get into it, and then it kind of transforms into something else. I feel like half the time when I'm kind of like feeling some strong, immense emotions, and I try to make something, I force it too much. Most of the shit that really hits and smacks is the shit where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm bored. I'll make some shit. Once I get into it, it starts to kind of take form. The drums kind of start to make more sense. And once I spread out my arrangement and I see it, it's just kind of up from there.
That's a really good way to put it. Related to that, I actually really enjoyed the sort of darker music video style of You Don't Know Me. What sort of was the process behind that?
My homie Michael, that nigga is a jack of all trades. That nigga is a fucking photographer. He's a producer. He's an artist. He's a director because he directed that video. The process behind that was song came out, or I worked on a song and had The song actually was stagnant for a very long amount of time. It used to be hook verse hook, and that was the end of the track. It was like 2 minutes long. And the only reason it was even that long was because the hook repeated twice at the end, which is something that I used to do, and I have to like stop fucking doing, trying to just kind of padding out the song. That song sat for a while, and I was like, yo, this shit missing something. So I went back, added a verse, hit up my homie Tyler. He's a dude who shot it. Fucking, this nigga's amazing. Oh, before that, I was talking to Mike. I was like, yo, Mike, I want to make a video if you don't know me. I want Tyler to shoot it. He was like, all right, bet. And the first shoot that we had, I think it took us about 4 different shoots to get it done. Mike has this director mode that he just taps into. It's just like he's a different nigga. He's just got these goggles on where he sees everything. And we just driving around the city, scoping out spots, finding shit that looks good on camera. He came up with some shot ideas. I came up with some shot ideas. Tyler told us if it worked or didn't. A couple ideas we had to scrap, but we're gonna use for some other shit. Like, it came together into this dope ass piece of work. We also sat here and edited it too. That kind of gave it another different feel because the footage itself wasn't that dark, but you know, threw that black and white on, and then you felt like you in LA Times or LA Noir type shit. So yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Just working on an idea out of the blue and it come out to be some fire shit.
When you're going about finding samples or sort of coming up with the idea for the original beat, how do you normally kick off that process?
Samples for me, one of my homies came over and he was like, we had a session, we were about to cook up some shit. And I was like, yo, you want to make some shit from scratch? You want to find some samples? He was like, all right, let's do some samples. I think the way that I sample is not the way that I sample, but the way I find samples, if I'm not sampling off of vinyl, might make niggas just like regurgitate because I will listen. And I know this is a very bad thing to do. And I know I've passed over so many gems off of the strength of doing this. I will listen to like the first 10 seconds. Sometimes not even that. I'd be like, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not the one. Because I like for me, it's like them first damn near 5 seconds. I know if I'm fucking with it. I know if that's what I'm going for. And sometimes it's okay, like the genre or the sound literally is just so far from what I'm trying to make. That's okay. But if I'm not even in a general feel for what I want, I will literally just 3 seconds in, no, that's not it. 4 seconds in, no, that's not it. But yeah, I just dig. I dig for damn near longer than it takes me to make the beat once I find a sample. I'm super fucking picky. I'm so picky when it comes to samples. And that's maybe a little detrimental because like I said, I'm probably skipping over gems, but I just load up a playlist on YouTube, go through I say 100 samples, maybe find 4, 5, 6 that I like. And if I'm sampling on vinyl, I take my time with a little bit more. I have done like the whole rhythm roulette with the homie Barry a few times actually. Just going into the record store, blindfold, pick 3 records, come back, cook some shit up. But when it comes to picking samples, I'm crazy picky. It's hard for me to find samples that I'm really like, all right, that's the one. But when I do find it, it's some good shit.
Do you have some favorite vinyl that you normally pull from?
Bob James, Pat Martino. I think I've sampled Sun Ra a few times. And more record over there that I've sampled like 4 times. It's a mess over there. I can't even lie. Like my records are just like stacked up and all fucked up, so I couldn't even tell you. But it's a few over there that I really like. I gotta find them.
How do you think your outlook on artistry has changed over the course of those albums, and where would you like to see your career go in the future?
My outlook on artistry, I'm most definitely taking it more serious. When I started in 2017, it was a hobby. It was a outlet, being in some fucked up situations and not really having an outlet makes your life a whole lot harder. So, being in fucked up situations and having music was like my only thing. Uh, so then it was just a way for me to get some frustration and energy out, put some energy into something and not just let it sit. But back then I wasn't really taking it serious. Even when I dropped the Lost Tapes Volume 2, which is the first thing I put on streaming platforms back in November 2017, I wasn't. It was just like a beat tape, but it was damn near less of a beat tape than me. It was lesser than that. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just put this shit out, see what happens. So I really wasn't taking shit serious. I was still like focused on school and shit. Like, okay, I gotta go figure out what college I'm about to go to and all this other bullshit. Um, and then my junior year of high school came. That shit fucked me up. I was like, yo, I wasn't even going to school half the days, bro. I was leaving. Like my mom would drop me off of school, and I just leave and go do fuck knows what. But what I was doing was I was getting more in tune with music. And I started taking more serious. I started to see that like this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to perfect this craft. I wanted people to hear it. I wanted people to fuck with it. And I knew it could take me somewhere. So I most definitely see it as more of a something I cherish, something to not fuck around with for real, and something to not bullshit with. It's like in the same vein that you can be in the studio and you'll miss a good track because it's a moment and you fuck around and the moment is gone. It's the same way, like even outside of making music, opportunities that come your way, if you fucking around in that moment, it's gone type shit. And I've fucked up many times on opportunities just off the strength of being like antisocial as fuck and never coming out my room or never coming out the house. And just recently, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do this shit, I gotta get out of my room. I gotta get out of my house. I gotta go do some shows. I gotta network with people. I can't. It's not 2017 lo-fi days. I can't sit in my room and just upload beats and them bitches just go. My view on it now is it's something to be cherished, taken serious. Of course, still have fun with it. You ain't gotta goddamn drill yourself into your fucking drum pad every night. But like, just understand what it is, what it can do, not, take it for granted type shit. It's a love and got a soft spot in my heart. Music is always, I don't know what to call it, but it's my shit. I can't fuck around with it. Can't fuck around, can't let the opportunities go to waste. Yeah, that's my view on artistry. In the future, I would like to work with Mavi. I would like to work with Earl. I would dog. If I ever work with Earl, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run out to the street butt ass naked. Uh, I want to work with Mavi. I want to work with Earl. I want to work with Fly Anakin and Sifu. I want to work with Mike. I want to work with Maxo. I want to work with all them niggas. I want to work with Logi because I do IT and I make a nice amount of money. What I would like to do in the future is like work with all these people, really have a platform, really, feel that like switch from like I don't need to work anymore type shit. Like my income is enough where I don't need to have like a 9 to 5 and I can just like do music forever and that's just it type shit. It was like that a few months ago, but I don't know what happened with my distributors. Some weird shit happened. Money got started going missing. I'm still not sure about that shit, but whatever.
Taking you back to the beginning of your career, what was the moment where you decided this is something that I would really want to do? Like not even seriously, but just as a real passion.
I feel like I've had that moment a few times. I don't know. Cause like I started playing music started for me when I was 7. I started playing the piano when I was 7. I started playing the guitar when I was 12. And then was in like 2 choirs. I was in 2 jazz bands. I was in another band. And during that point in time, through all that shit, there was a moment where I was like, okay, I want to do this shit for real. I want to take it serious. But I feel like the one that means the most, like, because I could see it, it was less of a pipe dream and more of a dream. I feel like a pipe dream is just like, that shit way off. Like a dream is just a little bit more tangible. But I uploaded this one song that I hate. It's called No Lies. It's like a Shiloh Dynasty flip before everybody started flipping Shiloh Dynasty because of X. And that shit it fucking blew up on SoundCloud in that, bubble of lo-fi Shiloh bullshit. That shit blew up. I was like, oh, I can do this shit for real. Like, I was 18, still in school, and this track has like a few million views. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. I can really do this shit. I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this shit serious. Was when that song came out, and I saw all the views and all the engagement I got with it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. The comments on that song, it's not a very happy song at all. I don't think Shiloh has as a single happy song that you could sample. But it was like I saw the comments people were leaving under the track, and it was kind of just like, they're like, yo, I'm fucked up, or my girl just left me, or I'm depressed. I'm like, generally people who listen to that song are going through some shit, and people are like, I love this song, it's helping me through this, it's helping me through that, XYZ. Some shit that is like priceless to know, like, music is giving people some sort of a comfort zone. My music in that is giving some people some sense of comfort through whatever they're going through. So yeah, that's another reason.
You mentioned that giving that sense of comfort feels really special to you. Was there something that felt special to you in that way when you were going through some of the rougher periods?
Yeah, it's a couple tracks. Balance by Earl, Solace by Earl, uh Nikki by Logic, oddly enough. I don't know what that song did for me, or I don't know why that song did what it did for me, but yeah, that shit. The shit. You'll Never Get to Heaven. It's like a Canadian pop, like not dream pop, like I don't even know what genre that is. I don't even know what genre that is, but it's a duo. They make some insane shit. So yeah, I got a lot of songs that are like my go-to when I'm going through some shit. It's just like the way it hits you in your chest when you turn it on, and the feeling that you get from it is crazy. But my main go-to is Earl. That nigga just knows. Nigga just different, bro. Just different.
That's a really special feeling.
Yeah, for real.
Are there any other artists, friends, people who you kind of like to thank that you'd want to take a second to shout out now?
Hell yeah. Fucking Bari. Yeah, Sensei Chops on Instagram. That nigga literally has kept me alive, kept my head on straight too. That nigga is like, I've wanted to quit music so many times. That nigga just like kept my head on straight, kept me on track. Michael Andre, that nigga done the same thing, but in a kind of in a different way. Cause Bari is more like Bari is like he's not as blunt as Mike. Mike will tell you what you need to hear. Bari does too, but Mike just does it in a different way, like no fucking filter. And he's like me. He knows when I'm like fucked up type shit or going through shit. He's instantly like, he knows, and he's on my ass, and he tells me the blatant, honest truth, and you can't deny it. So you either accept it and change it, or you fucking ignore it and slip further into whatever you're going through. So them two niggas for sure. Um, Fucking Tyler from a Paper Cup Productions. That nigga, a goat behind the camera. Uh, who else, man? Fucking Nova. He's a goat. I don't want to forget nobody. Gaia is a fucking goat. I'm actually producing an album for him right now. Actually behind on that. I need to send him these tracks. Uh, my girlfriend, she's the love of my life. I don't know where I'd be without her. My mom, why do I feel like I'm on a BET stage? Gotta shout everybody out type shit.
Take your
My
time.
mom for my mom for sure. That's all I can think of. I'm not trying to be like, shouts out to everybody who worked on the album. You feel me, Shun? Shouts out to Ty Dot. No, I'm playing. Yes, that's about it.
That's a nice collection of people. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your coming out.
Bro, it's no problem. I'm down to do this shit anytime. I love talking about music. Well, I feel like I'll be down to come back and just talk about music in itself, not about me. I don't have nobody to talk to about that shit. I don't have nobody to talk to, but like people I don't know personally. I like to get other people's views on music and what they like, how it makes them feel, and what they're interested in type shit. But thank you for having me. Shit was fun.
Thank you for coming. I would totally be down to just talk about music like in the future, just outside of yourself, you know?
Yeah, bet. I mean, you got my IG. Just send me a DM. We can make some shit happen.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate it.